Malo no na sanyo, malo no na sanyo. Monge bae kasamyo, monge bae kasamyo, monge bae kasamyo. Wanga nyewi nganwa, wanga nyewi nganwa. Wala kuna mwega elo newa, wala na mwega elo newa. Alo mayanga yale kamoba, alo maye yale meniba. Abalo nebo, abale yanga, abalo nebo.
Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, Lpr. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events, such as weddings, conventions, reunions, anniversaries, schools, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, and many more. Take your phone right now. And call any of the following numbers. 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your call and give you the needed assistance. It is Lpr, the home of excellent media services, and your friends in business. Hello listeners, this is Mazola, the lover boy. I'd like to invite you to this exciting program. It is called Dancing for Jesus. It is intended to play beautiful inspirational music to help you turn your life to God. Join me on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our way of showing appreciation to God for the good things He has done for us and continue to do. Don't miss this opportunity. Join Mazola Gizi on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the program Dancing for Jesus. Please be there because I will be here to rock it up for you.
Good evening. So we want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you for sharing your Friday TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Turning in the Wardinger. When things fall apart, the Falcons can no longer hear the Falcons. Welcome to the special editions of The Examiner. I am your host. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe, whether you're in USA, Liberia, and in parts of the world. Good evening to welcome to you are under the roof of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv here this evening. So whatever we are, we say thank you so much. Let's do quick recognitions of our primetime followers, viewers. Thank you so much for your commitment to this network. And this is The Examiner. Let's welcome Jacqueline Brown. Brown, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. You are located, you are armed. The Diaspora Informative News Magazine, Liberia Public Radio. Here come Victor marching in. Lucini is here. C. Gray is here. Jenna is here. Brown. My own man, Jefferson Gray. Today is a what? It's the anniversary. Congratulations, buddy. Good evening. I think tomorrow is what? It's Samedi. We need to share notes on that note. Mr. and Mrs. Gray will say congratulations on this day. I saw those the image posted by the madam. I said, when I would the other Nigerian man, Nigerian woman. But then when I captured it near, oh, my eyes, my glasses were not too pretty clean. But I say, congratulations, Mr. Great. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for following us here. Always, Evangelist Raymond. Let me just cut it short. Evangelist Raymond. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, Otilia Chape Monjo. It was great meeting recently in Minneapolis, Minnesota during the convention. Thank you so much for always sharing your event, taking time to be here with us here. This is what we do. This is what we sign up for. And your commitment to glue to this network, to always share your event. Despite with some of the tabata ever ridiculous, some of the conversation here coming from the analysts, those who call themselves guru, it's just enough to elevate somebody's cholesterol or take your blood pressure up. But you know what? You kept hanging in there because it's for the good of the country. And we will not get that chance. We are not against national government. There will be no eminent citizens who claim to be patriotic. What are you default? We only differ with the policy of the government, and that should be the central point of our national conversation. Even if you are for the ruling establishment or whoever, your obligation is to fight, to argue, to stand for those values that will make the country to succeed. And that you can erase your finger or your hand in a very respectful intellectual engagement by even calling out one of your own. But how many of us have done that? And how many of us are willing to take those sort of political risks? So everyone you see, they dance to the sounds of the rhythm. They dance to the music. So some of what you see are sounding very loud so that the president will hear the other side and what other people are saying. Not just necessarily those that support him or who are UPs or Boasian, like you have the Wiashans. And so all the see, every other thing is door closed on them. It is only and only. And that's the danger of our country. From time to time, we find ourselves. When people, politicians, their supporters, and the electors, and ordinary citizens deliberately on purpose blind the reality and put partisan first. So the question now becomes partisan, state, country, what comes first? When you answer that, when you ask those people those questions, they would never tell you a definitive answer. And most of these parties do not have even ideology. So you must have something that you stand for, something that you believe in, something that will relate or connect with the people. But they don't. They say one thing, they do it a different way. They say something today, they do not even have the guts to come back if it is even wrong to say they apologize. And we're seeing that happening today. The politicians, radio hosts, commentators, pundits, analysts, they're all doing that. When they screw up, they do not have the courage to say, I am sorry. We are all human. No one is infallible. But when people become so much egotistic and they get in their share, and I want to say sorry, it means the kingdom going to crush on them, then that's what you have. And that's the fear. Because when you have people like that, and when they begin to preach the word, they become to throw the Remy, the sound bites of people who they call them political leaders. That is alarming. Because they will not even ask their leaders. They will not even, they will be unable to have a conversations with their leaders to say, hey, this policy, this decision, this action needs to be revisited. This is my opinion. I want you to think about it. They don't. They don't. And that's why you see most of them having headache. Because they created this situation, they created this narrative, they narrow the feed, they strangulate others, they sanction them literally because they never had an outlet to air to tell their side of the story. So those with the loudest voice and loudest microphones use that to capture and manage somehow, some way, and the electorate themselves dive into it. They were unable to ask these questions. They put their life on the line. Believe me in telling voters, vote for this person, don't vote for this person. They were judgmental. Emotions set in. Elections is a competition. But the Liberian people were disadvantaged. We were disadvantaged. Media empires use their might, their strength. And that's what politicians like. Politicians like to cut through the corridor without them having headache. So how long can we go with this? Who's gonna be the big boy in the room with pens on them to raise question? Why should somebody tell you vote for this person? Why? Somebody talk to me. And I would like to get an honest answer here. Probably I'm going elsewhere or I'm not on planet Earth here. But why should I believe somebody to tell me just vote for this person when that person, he or she, has not articulated their visions, both domestic and foreign, their agriculture plan, their education plan, their health plan, how they intend to govern. And I was unable to hear the person because they had a larger mark and we move by the crowd. We are sentimental. We do not want to be too rational to ask all of the questions needed, especially the open-ended one, because that's the one that will make them to provide explanation as to why he wants to be senator, why she wants to be representative, why he wants to be president, why and she wants to be president. Because when you ask the open-ended questions, it has a long route and you can potentially follow up. But what did they was to ask ended questions? You remember the Shema Brown yes or no contest on Lpr-Tv those days? Everything was you either say yes, you either say no. The guy that used to wear the 10-speed and brown shoe. That's what they did to us. All of these things are orchestrated by the politicians. They used the media industry. They infiltrated the system. They got people to be hallelujah, Hosanna. They build the crowd. They use financial violence. And this is what we are. And that's why they are having a headache now. That is why they are screaming like a little chihuahua and screaming and yelling, this is not what we expect. This is not what we wanted. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. What are you crying for? You shouldn't be crying. It is the ordinary Liberians who have been disadvantaged, who never had a chance to give the narrative, to ask the question. And even if you want to ask the question, they pull you and put your hands down because you want to be the smartest in the room or in the crowd. Where the heck is he coming from? What he's trying to prove? My memory from here, man. That's what the Nigerian poet says. When things falls apart, the falcons could no longer hear the falcon. They were in one accord in the past. Some were aunties, some were nephew, and they were uncle. They gave those names that built relationship and confidence as if that confidence would never be broken. The lovely uncle, the lovely nephew, the niece, the auntie. Politician comes in, created a code name. Some call themselves biomedicine. Some call themselves rescue mission. Rescue is a big thing. It's a big name. Biomedicine is a big name. But how many of us were able to ask for them to tell exactly the context in which they were speaking? You see the other one can put their goggle on their face. They are left, meanwhile, in the meantime, they are left 3 political parties. They were there yesterday, day before yesterday, today. They didn't see their way. They were outcast. They were expelled. They were rejected. They were called names immaterial. But they came in a new share. And they opened a new scripture. That is not in the Bible. That is not biblical. But they are very strategic, very smart, clever. The coin wars, the put wars together. And they wrap it around you and myself. Then you come and say, yeah, you're strong. Are they still strong? So this is, here we are. We didn't talk much about education. We didn't talk much about health. We didn't talk much about rehabilitation, how the young generations can be reintegrated into society, to be resourceful, to be meaningful, and to be productive, not to be liability. So what they did, they used some talking head studio, their surrogate, to do the dirty work for them. And then they come, they talk whatever they can talk. They don't give you the chance to ask questions. When you call, they humiliate you. You are not one of them. And so they don't see you as a librarian. Like someone who falls from the sky and by mistake, you were just thrown on the little land in the west coast of Africa. Meanwhile, now they are burning within, they are crying because of their own doing. There's a saying that says, the one who rides the alligator, who rides the alligator eventually goes into the belly of the alligator. They are burning within. They are making some true confection behind the scene. So when they come, they put an iron face, but don't mind them. They are pinning down. Then they be asking the question, 18 years now, what thing? You asking this thing here now? You don't know how they're thinking about? You are one of the chief facilitators of this thing. You know, they got a saying, that saying, right? The child who not let the mother to sleep. Yeah, how the mother would answer you say you will cry. You're here with her too. Welcome to the show. This is the Examiner. We're going to examine some things here this evening. And of course, your full participations is highly welcome. I am your lead host, Alfonso Zienso, right here this evening. The analysts are here. There's some more backstage, and we're bringing in. This is Lpr. say thank you. And you know, some of them when they contact, wake up, wake up, wake up. They sing, they tease you, they make more great out of you when they should be having the conversation to allow you to make an informed decision. They tend to Brother T.T.'s Timothy Thomas Zion Backward Church. Yeah, we are, that is sinking. Let me bring in the liberal progressive of the Liberal Public Radio. It's a strong supporter of the ruling establishment, and that of Jose Newman Boykai is here this evening from Saxtown, Sacramento, California. The liberal progressive, welcome to the show. What is going on? What the heck is going on? What is happening? Who's who? Who is in charge?
Thank you, Mr. So. We're happy to be here again tonight. To the audience, we say thank you very much. We're going to do our best here to have conversations, civil conversation, that is. We don't have to agree with everything, but we're here to be respectful. You ask who's in charge? President Baka is in charge. You ask what is going on? Nothing is going on. President Baka is leading and taking this country to the next level. President Baka is making sure that everyone in the Republic of Liberia will be saved tomorrow when they wake up in the morning. Mr. So, this government is not a play toy. This is the government of the grown up. This is the government of the Republic of Liberia. It's not a banana republic. And therefore, this president and this government, rest assured, that will carry on development, that this government is out for good, and they are not here to play around.
All right, thank you so much. And that's why are you looking in the eyes of the camera or you getting some wording from your folks?
Mr. So, I don't know them, they don't know me. When I speak from my heart, what I believe to be the truth. I got nothing to, I don't have anything, I don't want anything from them. They got nothing to give me. And I don't want job from them.
How you felt the last time when somebody said this old man here is dishonest? It got on your skin. I think you were tormented.
Not
Are you,
really.
hold on. Let me ask you. Are you dishonest?
No. But if you feel like that, it's your opinion. I'm not going to change it. What I need to do is to face the camera and be truthful. This honesty, it's like it's something you have to exhibit. And as far as I'm concerned, I have not exhibited anything that would display some sort of a dishonest behavior. I'm always honest, but I will tell you the truth and be truthful with you. If I don't like it, I'll tell you. If I see it's right, I'll sing this song. President Buckeye, the best president ever. I would sing that song. Because I truly believe he's doing the best. Now.
Who is the choir director of this song? Who is the author of this song?
President Buckeye. He's the leader of the rescue train, and we follow. However, we're not following blindly. That's what I want you and your people to understand. We're not following blindly. When we see it's not right, we will speak up. Because we fought hard for this government to be in power. For them, if they believe, those that are in power, if they believe they are entitled, they will have to deal with me.
Okay, so then let's be honest here. We will speak out when we see it is not right. So let me ask you this question. Is there anything on top of your head that is not right now you're willing to speak out publicly?
I'll give you an example.
Such as?
The director of GSA, out of the blue, he decided that the entire executive branch of the Republic of Liberia, not a banana republic, a Republic of Liberia, duly elected president of the Republic of Liberia, including his vice president, they are in charge of the executive. But because they have given him the opportunity, he feels entitled. And therefore, he comes out and says the government must be a member of the government employees, have certain dress code, how they are.
They should dress like him, like a guy from.
I don't know. I don't know.
Why you don't know? Why you don't know?
Because I don't want to deal. I don't know them. They don't know me. Like I said, I don't want anything from them. But I'll be truthful. Who are you to tell the people how to dress to come to work? This is
Who
not
you think? Who you think he was given those instructions and he was doing
nobody,
it?
nobody, nobody. Don't try to wrap it around anybody. Nobody gave him any instruction. He came out because he felt that he's entitled.
Why you think he's doing that?
Because he
Is that being
felt,
is that being
because he believed,
supported?
no, because he believed he's entitled. That's his job.
Is he entitled?
That's what he think. And we're trying to disabuse him of that.
Anyone question him?
The Minister of Information told the audience, told the entire Republic of Liberia, that indeed this guy, Sri Lankan, should be ignored.
What do you think happening when you see this is when it's ongoing? Why do you think it's happening like this? The Ministry of Information is we have Sandra Johnson, who is like a loose cannon until
Those
is saying and
people,
doing
Mr.
everything they can.
So, the
And they
minister,
no, hold on one second. And they are the face of the government. They are
they can
speaking.
be the bike of the government. It doesn't matter to me. This is what I'm going to say to you. What's his name? Lama, whatever his name is. The Minister of Information. One of them, many of them. There are few ministers that are actually taking and following the president lead, because the president believes this is a teamwork.
So
And therefore, there are few who believe in the teamwork system, who believe in the teamwork concept. But many of the other people don't believe that it's supposed to be a teamwork, and therefore they come in as an individual. And individualistic behavior is what we're going to push against.
are they still considered as the children of the train? Are they rescuer or are they destroyers?
They are on the train. The train got gas, so the train is moving. We're not going to kick them out right now. We will let them know. And one of the things, the difference between us and the other people, when that train is moving,
Who are those you are referring
Mr. Soul, let me answer your question. This train, oh yes, I love it. This train on the President Baka, we're not throwing people out because they could get hurt. They are Liberians as well. If we don't believe, if we don't agree with how to do, we will stop the train and politely ice them out of the train and bring new people on board to run this train. The train is going to go. The train is fuel. The gas is there. President Baka is in complete control of the train, Mr. Soul.
So do we have is the civil service director now who is more or less authoritarian, telling people to dress? Those people are not earning fabulous paycheck, having employee as gissy lies or whatever lies his corporation. That's not how everybody looks like. He brought in people, he's doing what he's doing. Now he said, why someone is not calling him out to say, hey, this is not what this train represents.
I just called him out. I called him out yesterday. I'm calling him out again today. And this is the beauty between us.
Not you. Not you. I'm making reference.
Mr.
No, listen. You know, you people, you guys are doing the dirty work of the government. You guys are doing the dirty work of the
if you say we're doing the dirty work, but you don't want us to talk.
No, you're going to have your day in court. I am saying, in as much you come here, you as a facilitator, you as an anchor, when you begin to start drumming, you start singing, you frustrate the audience because your objectivity is being compromised. You are biased, you are selective, you are one-sided, and you're doing everything you can to defend the defenseless. So what I'm saying, there were people that brought these people on board on the train. The chauffeur, the main chauffeur of the train is still there. Okay, let me break. Okay, you can call your folks. They can come on. That is okay. That is okay. It's not a big deal. Let's welcome the most political reverend of our time, who is now we hearing international religious advisor. Wow. I mean, you're just dividing our country. So we who don't have anything, we wouldn't come to sing. We are being left out of the show.
So I thought you were getting ready for all the battle, the people. Then you saying, calling me for religious advice.
We will straighten him up. Terry, don't ask him questions. We don't want him to join us. We
So
will
can you
straighten up.
tell your guy your new callings, your new positions in this corporation, in this network?
You the CEO, Mr. So, or what would say?
No, I
When
say
you
your
make
your new role in this. He needs to know so
It
that he
hasn't
can
reached the
support.
that's a
boy.
butcher. I gotta be
It
very
reached the
careful
boy.
how.
It hasn't reached the boy yet. That's something you guys discussing in the bike. I don't need to know that for now because I'm going to approve the check.
God.
I'm going to approve the check. So, but let me just say this, Mr. So, you asked a question before Terry comes in. You asked a question as to whether this man's been called out. The Minister of Information called him out, one thing. And then the second thing is this. Those of us that was on this platform or other platform, singing and dancing and trying to convince Liberian, eventually they agree with us. They agree with us. They accepted our.
Are they losing confidence in you
No,
guys?
we're not going to touch that one. But don't worry about it. We will deal with them. They agree with us. Our explanation set in with them. Our information we pass on to them set in with them. They agree fully and wholeheartedly that President Baka indeed deserved to be elected, and he was elected. Now, Mr. So, on this stream, yes, I agree with you. There are those who perhaps might not understand. Mr. So, the liberals on the floor. There are those who perhaps do not understand the intricacy of the stream movement. They are not the technocrat. Then they don't understand the engineering part of the stream movement, which President Baka has put together effectively. Let me just tell you this. And because of that, President Baka is instructing all on board how and where to travel. Mr. So, freedom is
Oh,
ringing on this train.
oh,
Freedom. You're not going to catch me. You will not catch me. Freedom, I said. Freedom, I said, because I used one word. You're going to say, oh, no, it's not going to happen. I said freedom. President Baka exhibit the freedom. Open the door for freedom. Every one of us on this train have a freedom to step in or to step out. However, once you step in, the train has a rule. Under this government, the rule are something to move Liberia. The country, the republic is above all of us. And we must do everything possible to make sure that this government is successful in implementing the president agenda, the Republic of the Liberia agenda, President
by
Baka
telling
agenda,
people,
benefit for all of us.
yeah, by telling people to dress in this style, do not dress this. Okay, thank you so much. Let me welcome our man from Minneapolis, Minnesota, LPR senior analyst, Mr. Tara Collins is joining us live. Collins, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening to Mr. So and to the Liberal. Good evening to our guests, Sis Esther, and our guests here. All those are here. Breakable, all of that. We want to say happy Friday.
How you calling breakable and all of that?
Easy, breaking thing.
You are a revving, and when you call other people, that's
But the men I can give me a hard time, so I got to call the man in.
that the only way you can call it. That the only name you can call, right? Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to make some changes here. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Terry. Again, we really appreciate your sacrifice, your time, your commitment to all of our folks. Thank you so much here. Tell me, what is the latest in the cyberspace? What is happening in Liberia? What's going on?
Well,
Well, there was a cabinet meeting. How many meetings we're going to be here in these meetings? What are the outcomes of these meetings? And telling people don't do this, don't do that, and all of that. Who is losing behind this stereo here? This train here, is it developing some sort of mechanical, technical problem that we need foreign engineer to come and perform some mechanical work? Is a liberal? Maybe the liberal can go to do some mechanical work. I don't know. I know he's a railway engineer. He's everything, but putting him to go work on that train, that would be a disaster.
But as I've seen Liberal do body work on auto vehicle. So I know labor is capable enough to handle any engineer activity. But Mr. So, the train is well on course. I think you listen to the president today, trending issue. The president say,
What did he say?
Business.
They say Modua?
The president say you must mind your business. The president went labor away.
The president can listen to me.
They listen to him. They listen to, birds of the same group, same kind of. This is why he tells people here, it's none of your business. He thinks Liberia for me.
Exactly.
So what was the president saying? What prompted that? Why would that was being very, very
President Bagadu is on the other
You want to get people listening to you.
When you are in high school, he's a man. Take it or leave it. Leave me alone. I want to be married with you. President Bagay.
Okay, let me hear you. I'm trying to do some replacement here. Go ahead, Terry.
Well, yeah, I think the president.
There seems to be some frustration kicking in here, though. Let's be honest here. Let's put aside these party feelings and sentiment here and think that maybe if you say something, Aaron gonna capitalize on it, Breakable gonna capitalize on it. Yeah, you are analysts. Part of our responsibility is to be very, very much objective, which of course seems not to be the case here. But we always have this reminder. There seems to be some sort of level of frustration in setting in with this president. And if only if it is the case, why administrative decisions are not being taken enough?
Mr. So that is the cabinet meeting are known as an administrative decision. Because you see, one thing I like about this president, to have a cabinet meeting alone and publicly after every 2 weeks or after every week alone tells you that the government is working and making progress, because that is what serious government do. Is
there a flip side? Is there a flip side to that?
There is always a flip side. There is always a weak spot. There is always a gray area. But the fact of the matter is that we can discuss and we can rehearse, and I can give you guys advices in regards to what to expect, put you on your guard and put you in the right mindset for you to have a perspective of why we are here. And that is what the president is trying to do for his cabinet, to call them to the mansion and say, look, y'all look around. We are here because we promised the people and we must deliver. Look around. You're in a mansion. Why you are here? You are here because the people voted you and brought you here. So as you are looking around, remember that we are called to effect change in the lives of these people. If we don't do it, this is what is going to happen to us.
Is this change? What could be your personal view or assessment with respect to this change in terms of its acceleration? Going slow, going fast? Which category you think this train? What's the speed of this train?
Well, I think the train is on the road, moving steadily in the right way it's supposed to go. As I know, the expectation of many is for the train to go faster than usual. But
I'm talking about you now.
Yeah, from my perspective, the train is on course. The only problem I have with the train is that the conductor does not give the passenger information as regarding our various stops. And because you got to make some stops on the road now. Who
is the conductor?
Oh, we got a lot of people conducting. We got people that change shift. Right now. We got people that change shift. We got people that can change shift on the now. We got the Gafuan, the Honorable Man Gafuan, which is the finance minister who responsible to distribute money for government entities. So I think he need to address the public and give us information as regards to why are we slowing down, why are we making this stop, and why are we not getting to our destination as fast as we can. But that is the only problem I have on the train. We are not letting the people to know what really we doing. And when you do that, you keep the people speculating. And when the people start speculating, they start getting frustrated. When they get frustrated, then what happens? They get angry, and you don't want the people to get angry.
Let me pick it
Don't
back.
you think?
Let me pick
Hold
it
on, I'm
back.
coming to
Hold on,
you.
Mr. So. Let me,
No,
Mr.
you,
So.
hold
We're having
on.
conversation.
You
We are
have to
having
hold on.
conversation.
You are not moderating. Wait on your turn. When I have a question, let me. I mean, Terry is making some good revelation here. Multiple people are not. We
Mr.
now
So, we
know.
are
We
having
now know.
conversation. We're having conversation.
I'm
And
coming
I
to
need to step.
you.
I
I
need
am coming.
okay. Okay.
Hold your
All right.
peace.
Okay. All right.
Hold your peace. Oh man, hold your peace. Calm down. We are talking about a sovereign nation. We are talking. So Terry, you are saying there are multiple people driving this train. So it means 5, 6 hands going on there. People, some people try to get it to be not to go off track. There are others there who doing so. But also remember, this train said they were going to dance with the devil. So do you think that
But,
ghost of the devil is still infiltrating some of the passengers and it giving the conductor hell?
Terry, let me step in
Mr.
a minute. Terry, let me step in a little bit because
Let the guru come
yeah.
in to
Thank
help
you.
me
Thank
small,
you, Terry.
because
Thank you.
or I
Look,
will join
look,
down before my time.
Mr. So, Mr. So, if you bringing us here and you expect us to be truthful with you, and in the process you think we're in a courthouse, you are wrong. We're not in a courthouse. One thing. Now, when Terry made a statement that there are people who are conducting, many people will conduct. What did and then you're coming out now? Oh, the president said he would dance with the devil. What else?
I didn't call
Whatever,
anyone.
whatever. Let me make my point. What else did the president tell you? He told you all hands on deck. All Liberians hand on deck. And from that perspective, Terry is telling you that all hands are on deck. So what do you want? Now, let me just say this here. Terry made another point here, and I want to expand on that. This train, Liberian people, this is very interesting. This is very interesting. And this is the difference between us and the you know who. When they had their chance, they refused for Liberian to take a look. In fact, what were they doing? They had Liberian blindfolded. They don't want you to see anything. Nothing you see, now you see, now you don't see. This government allowed the people on this train to have an observation tower. So the Liberian people are on the top watching every movement of this government. They are observing how this government operates. The government is not operating in any isolation. That is an observation tower that the people have put themselves in on this train. You know, when you got a train, they got placed in all glass, and the people sit and watch. That is where President Baka has allowed Liberian people to sit. He's conducting in the process. This is why he has a cabinet meeting. Now, Mr. So, that's one thing interesting. That those of you consider yourself independent, those of you consider yourself intellectual, you should accept and appreciate. Because by him having this cabinet meeting, it is almost like a university. He bring these
The
young people,
University of Liberia.
Mr. So, you're not gonna distract me.
I
You're
think
not,
you have
no,
brought
no, no,
something
no,
good.
no,
The
no.
university.
You can bring that up. We will discuss it. That is an observation point that I'm talking about. There's nothing you got in your bag of tricks that gonna buckle me up here tonight. I'm ready for anything. Let me finish my point. So President Biden having the meeting with these young people, it's like a university. This guy have over 40 some odd years of experience, and he's impacting those experience onto the young people, how the government need to be run, what you need to do, and what have you. Mr. So, this president
So,
is no longer
Harry,
sleeping. This
Yeah.
the
president is
president
working.
is conducting meetings as the University of Liberia, according to the
I
liberal.
didn't say University of Liberia. I said like a university where he impacting knowledge onto the young people.
But why are you afraid of people calling University of Liberia?
I'll bring it on. Bring it on. And this, you see, now when you bring that kinds of subject, we have the ability to compartmentalize. When you bring that subject, we will deal with it as it is without trying to wrap us around anything else. You see, this you are dealing with intellectual. This tree is not the tree. This is a tree where the president of the United States told the train conductor, you speak good English. Oh, mister, so please don't let me start tonight. I don't want
So,
you to have a
oh,
miserable night. The liberal want you to have a good night. So please don't let me start. Go ahead.
you speak a good English. Are you referencing the meeting with he and President Trump? Is that why you're making reference to?
Of course, of course, of course.
So what has been the outcome of that meeting? So we hear Nigeria gave about 32 point some more $million, five to Hong Kong. Our good English, what is the outcome of our good English?
When they invited you, did they promise you that when you come, we'll give you a certain amount of money? There was no promise. You come here and you get what you're supposed to get. Now, Mr. So, the leadership of the Republic of Liberia had a meeting with the President of the United States. Whatever discussion they had, that discussion remained that discussion. I'm not going to come here and try to sugarcoat anything or try to change whatever it is. It is what it is. And finally, Mr. So, it's none of your business.
Yeah, I mean, that's your regular that's your code name. We used to it now. We used to it. Okay, Terry, let me just bring you here. Too much is ongoing. Some of the high core supporters of this president, their language, their tone, their messaging now is hair scratching. Where is the disconnect coming from?
Well, it's obvious in a government that came to power, on the mantra of change and rescuing. But while in the process of that, there were a lot of people who were expecting the government to give them jobs and they didn't get it. So they will feel disenchanted over the idea. So some of them will react. Right after an election, as major election as it was, people will deflect. It's obvious. There will be deflection. The only thing is whether if the government is able to recuperate and do exactly as she says within the period of time granted her. Many people don't take to understand that if the government make promise, if the president make promises prior to elections during the campaign, those promises are not expected in 2 years. Those promises that he made are expected to happen within the period of his time giving him. So that is why I tell people,
so who lied to who?
Huh? People are speculating that the president lied. But the president did not tell you, he didn't promise you that within 1 year, he will eradicate all the drug or people in the street. He said we will fight against drugs.
The fighting, you see, you guys want to be jumping here, even to talking about the fighting against drugs.
Okay, let's deal with it. Let's deal with it with a university. I'm reading something here, and I don't know if this information is accurate, whether if something, but according to what I'm reading here, the 2024 budget estimated $41 million for the university, but the university only received $33 million, according to Dr. Mampayan, right? So she said, but this other budget, because they said they estimated, and she said 90% of the 2024 budget went to salaries. But she also stated that this budget year, there was $33 million that's supposed to be given to the UL. But the US so far Gafwan have only given 31 million, thereby leaving them with 2.6 million shortfall, which is under budget disbursement. So, and she claimed that this is causing a serious problem for the students. You understand? But now my argument would be the 2025 budget year have not come to an end. It has not yet ended. We stay in the budget year period. from January to December. You still got 4 more months left in this budget year that you're supposed to use to pay salaries. And the budget is not money sitting down that you can just go and take. The budget is money that LRA have to collect and then send it to the finance ministry for disbursement. So if she is constrained at the moment, then it means that it's a righteous thing to do, to advocate for the money to come in. But I don't know how the budget is done for them, whether if the government just give them all the money at once, or the money is generated and collected from the revenue and disbursement is made proportionally based upon the urgency. So I'm not a...
I would like to refer this question to the so-called gurus here, the liberal progressive. What possibly do you think that led this lady to come up publicly like this?
Mr. So, you see, when we come to this platform, we are obligated, on an obligation, to be truthful. And I also want to say that those of us that fought for this government to come to power, we are also on an obligation to be truthful. We have no fear of making statements that we believe to be truth. Now, this lady was recruited, I believe, by the Liberian government with the hope that the Liberian government was going to support her initiative, whatever it is that she wants to do to have the university move forward. But that is not happening.
So she was left vulnerable. She was put in a boogie trap.
Yeah. Those are your words. Those are your words, your description, which I don't subscribe to those. Those are not description. Those are not description. Those are not description that the liberal will use to talk about my government. And I'm going to be truthful. Now, the point she's making. This is very interesting, Mr. Soul. Yeah, you guys, for some reason, when I face you and the other Nyama people, then I feel emboldened to make sure for you to understand the operational factors that get this government moving forward. Listen to this. This lady, the president of the University of Liberia, she's from America. She can come back here anytime and get this best job ever with big money. She's staying because she believes in the president of the Republic of Liberia. She's staying because she knows that this thing will be worked out. She's staying because Mr. Sir, the liberal is on the floor, please. She's staying because she knows. These things
but you can't. This is hold on. When you on my show, it's a different thing.
I will not get you answer that you want.
That's not my interest. The
audience, if my answer is generated, you viewer coming to watch me, giving you these kinds of answers, and you don't like it.
Yeah, I am not one that with the interest of the answer. The answers would be is the viewers, the listener.
Okay, let me finish. Why you want to stop me? Why you want to stop me? Why you want to stop me? Let me finish my answer. She believes in this president, and therefore she will stay and work. Now, in terms of the budget issues, okay, I am not a financial person, but I will speak to that anyway. From an ignorant position, I can say that. From a speculative position, I can say that because I'm very good at that. Let me say this to you, Mr. Soul. The finance minister will also understand the importance of this university. What is happening right now is perhaps, I say perhaps, because I don't know them, they don't know me, that there's a miscommunication.
Is the president aware of what is happening right now in your world?
Of course. And he's fixing it.
Is that then, can you then say, look in the eyes of this camera, like you said, where she is not getting that support, meaning me as a free thinker, that support is not coming from the head of the government.
I won't say that.
Why?
Because the government leading President Baka leading this government will not leave anybody.
But in your own words, you say she's not getting the support.
I said she is not, Mr. Soul. You're not gonna put words in my mouth. It's not gonna work. I'm a liberal. You can't catch me. I'm not one of your Johnny Khan lately. You can't catch me. I'm a guru on this platform. You know that. So don't even try. What I told you was that the president brought her, and she believed certain thing was going to happen. Now, let's look at this. You guys are being on serious. You guys, your criticism is on serious. Your criticism is intellectually dishonest. The financing business, and like I said, I don't know anything about pure money business. I know about my own money business. But let me say this. Do you know, a few months ago, Donald Trump cut some of the things that were coming to Liberia. They cut it. The government have to find money. What do you think? Money grow on the tree in Waka Farm?
You know that Sissy taxing labor. I don't know. Sissy taxing labor?
No. Sissy know exactly what we're going with. Sissy ain't touched me yet. What do you think? Money grow on the tree in Waka Farm? No. President Waka and his people are going to have to find money. And the woman have that clear understanding. Now, when she made that statement, it's to say to the public, you, the public, the president have given you an opportunity to observe. We're not going to hide anything. Bloom. Yes,
the public, that's not the public. The public concern, the primary concern of the public is result, implementation, accomplishment. You call this person, and in your own words, believing they're going to get a support. The support is not coming in. So then that develops the second portions of the questions, wondering whether there was a conversation or
you see, Terry told you earlier, but many of you, they liked of the sedition. Usually when Terry is speaking, you don't want to pay attention. Terry told you earlier, he said that, look, this is the government that we know is going to work, but we'll be truthful. Okay? And what he stated was,
those are your words. Why you want to manufacture?
Okay, whatever. I'm just giving you that, Mr. Soul.
Okay, there's some juice. Let me go to Terry because it looks like
why do I need a juice? Why do I need a juice? I'm on the road tonight.
I think you're dehydrating right now. Put some fluid in you because it looks like, because if you start using your own word transferring to Terry, then
Mr. Soul, let me just say this here to you. Let me say it. The president and the president of the University of Liberia and the Minister of Finance, okay, they have a clear understanding. The money that was supposed to be coming in didn't happen because
where were coming from?
Mr. So before she came in, Donald Trump had not had any kinds of effect on the Liberian people issue. There was huge cut in the finances of Liberia. We all know that. So, and this is what makes this government responsible. They are not going around putting their hand over their head and crying. They are trying their best to make sure that finances are there.
Okay, let me bring in Terry. Terry?
Yes, sir.
Let me have you, because the Liberal, he's trying to be like, let me just bring you in here. What should we be watching out for now? See how the issue of university. All of these guys, the university is strategically located. There's no way that one would say that is isolated. It's not sane. And I'm just wondering, because when they are foreign friends, other diplomats come. I would really say the part
Labor eating gear. Wow.
Gizi is speaking. That was part of the crown.
Oh, but you hear the man speaking crying, you hear that.
The man like Gizi, man, go ahead. The man say you're local. Yeah, I think like Gizi crown or whatever. I don't understand. Yeah, but Terry, look on a serious note here. I don't know
Yeah.
whether this is in isolation. We appears not, because the locations of these buildings is visible, is seen. And to be honest, it's just not only the president, but the president is the one that should take the bull by the horn. You right. You see, and just give me a sense, a good talking point of taking, instead of bottom to top, you guys are taking top to bottom. Look at the university. Even look at the school system in the country. The fact of the matter here, they are being there. So when some of us, we are me like a free thinker, when you talk about rescued, I believe it details all of these things that you will see little or nothing. We hear about 100 schools, whatever school is going to be building. It's not a matter of putting the structure. The structure is not just auto aid, the human capacity. You must have the capacity, the human capacity to maintain, to create some sort of attractiveness into the profession so that people, the laborer here, you as an engineer, so that you can go. But that is not happening. What we are doing more or less is to appease our partisan. And I think CDC did that before, because they throw things, they push things here and there. We want to build 100 school, we want to do this. Okay, you're building the 100 school. You have people in DEA who are volunteers. You have teachers who are volunteers who are not on salary. What is the commitment of these people that you think their presentation in terms of their material for adequate preparations of the generation to come is guaranteed zero? So they're going to do they will do anything. So I think some of the approach here, they are political, they want quick fix, they want get quick result from their supporters to justify their argument that indeed something is being done and they must be politically rewarded again. That's how I see it. And the liberal knows that. We have had this conversation and he admitted to these things. But when he comes here, he becomes more dishonest, disingenuous, and part of this sort of war face and making this argument. Now, you are a clergy person, you are more a religious person. So let me hear you. Do you think these approaches taking, are they on the right path?
Well, Mr. So these are hard questions that
What make it a hard question? You came
when
here,
I mean
you told
hard
us.
questions, when I mean hard question now, then it break my neck. I have to say some things that I was not prepared to say. Because like we always say here on the platform, that the government have misplaced priorities, wherein they channel monies to the wrong places that will not meet the wrong outcome. I mean the
You
right
refer,
outcome.
are you referring to this
I'm
government?
referring to our government. I'm referring to the rescue government.
The
All
rescue
right.
government. Is that
There
being
are
the,
there are
does that represents or reflect the true image of a rescue? Because when there's a
it
mis,
does.
you disadvantage other people.
Yeah, every government has struggle and challenges. My disappointment with this government is the inability to explain her struggle. Like Gafan, what is giving him hard time right now? He went ahead and spoke about surplus when he had no business talking about surplus, and knowing very well that the USAID have withdrawn her support and many others, but many other support by which Liberian government have been depending on for many years. We have been depending on the U.S. government were pulling almost like 165 million, stated by even the American ambassador. All right, he said that he said U.S. He said we give your government 165 million annually. So if these things are, if you're not getting that kind of money, you will have a budget deficit and you will not be able to meet up with your
What
budget
was
projection.
so what was he trying to project? What was he trying to do?
That political stunt. You see, one of the problems I have with Gafwan, that is why for me, I don't know about other people, I would have preferred Amara Conan to Gafwan. All right. But again, that Mr. Borka, that President Borka's decision, and I agree with the president's decision. But Gafwan is a politician. If you even listen to the way he speaks, he knows the problem, he knows his job, he's a smart guy, but he want to be political so that it cannot dawn on the president as that the president is not capable to control the economy. He don't want the president to look like, oh, we are not able to turn this thing over, even though you say, hey, have withdrawn, we get the other support withdrawn. They don't, like what Labour always say, let's be truthful. You don't want to be honest to the Liberian people and say, look, we're going to have a budget shortfall. So as a result, we're going to have some ministries will not receive the adequate amount projected in the budget because there will be a budget shortfall. That's why he don't want to do. And at the end of the day, you will have to do it because you cannot.
Do you think the old man is asking them to be honest if they claim to be honest? Because the essence of these cabinet meetings, when you have these cabinet meetings, all the autonomous agency heads of government, when they meet, they provide briefings to the president over the months, over the time. This is where we are. This is where everybody speaks, and they give their notes to the president. So whatever that comes out there is with the acquiescence of the president. So is the president aware, like in your own word, that this minister of finance has been political? This guy, he wants to be president of the Republic of Liberia. We all know that. We don't know how you're going to end up, but we're going to wait and see. So is the president aware of he being dishonest?
I don't think that the president like what is happening now.
When you say like, why? What do you mean by?
I don't think, because what I also think, and this is why I believe that the president by now should have appointed his minister of state, because they are not, somebody is not being honest with the president to tell him the full truth as regarding the budget spending entities. Somebody is not telling the president the truth. And the president is not an economist. He's not an accountant. That is why the president appointed you as the finance minister. The president do have an economic advisor, but are they ready telling him what is on the paper and how it's going to affect the economy? Take for example, how do I believe this? The president now have more confidence in his VP than his countrymen that he employed to work directly under him. The president is destinating the VP into areas that the VP is not supposed to be operating in.
Who's saying that?
Undermine the president's political ambition for 2029.
Who's saying that? Cohen himself wants to be president, and that would be the. That's what I'm telling you. That's the movie. That's the Marxist cinema I really want to go.
It is not normal for the role the VP is playing now. It is not normal in any African political democracy. But the president seems to be not trusting certain people around him. So as a result, he designating responsibility to his VP, which means that the president is now trusting his VP even more than his minister of state.
Is that
Mr. So?
Is that a strategy? Good strategy? Yeah,
Mr. So,
well, look, you want the government to work or you want it to fail?
Mr. So, let me say this here, and Terry is quite on point. And what I will add on this here, what is happening, and we have to be truthful. Your question now that you're being real with your question, we will also answer you with real answer now. We are not going to be, because when you came in and you try to put us in a campaign mode, and we respond there effectively as though we were campaigning. Now that you're talking about governance, let's respond to you from that perspective. Mr. So, when you heard the president pretty much telling people that none of your business, the president is upset. Right. And yes, what I predict will happen.
Lack of temperament?
No, that's not what I'm saying. You see, then when you do that, Mr. Let me make a point.
no, nothing. And this is why you guys want to do it.
If you're upset, doesn't mean you don't have temperament. That doesn't mean that.
I'm just
No,
asking
okay. No, it's
he
not.
is
You
in
eyes,
your
I
word.
said no.
In your word.
I said no.
Okay,
So
but
let me move on.
in your word,
I said no. No, it's not that because he lack of temperament. Very seasoned. Now, what's most likely going to happen now? Those who believe in the president and are giving the other people the opportunity to get closer to the president. And now the president seems to be relying on them and they are duping the president, for which now the president is taking second thought and looking back and say, okay, who do I need to trust? And as Terry is suggesting, using a vice president, which in any responsible government, which this government is, you will not see those kinds of stuff. Because the vice president is always, and that's what the Constitution said, to assist only if the president asks. So I tell you this, within the Buza and the Gizi quarter of this government, there will be some serious conversation.
When?
I don't know for sure when, but there will be a serious conversation. The older people among this group will find out that they are losing track and they need to get back together. Because you cannot have the president to solely depend on the vice president.
Right.
It's unheard of. However, let me say this again. In order for them to be successful, they will have to come back to the team concept. Because many of them want to be individual. And when they are operating from an individualistic behavior coming out, you're not going to get any good production. Because you alone cannot produce. Now, why would Kafon come out and say that we have surplus? In other words, he wanted to look good with the president. So the president said, my man, yeah, you're saying good thing, the people like that.
The president accepted that one. He said,
Mr. So I'm just speculating. I'm speculating. Please don't take my speculation as face value and try to question me on that. I'm not in a witness stand. But let me just say this. The president now, with what the statement he made, his colleagues will now figure why are you making these statements? The sincere workers, the Fulakaje workers, then they will like it because of politics.
Right.
They put in man, that's surplus. They will run with it. But the serious people that want to work for the government and want to make sure this government succeed will question his ability to understand what is happening in the country. That means he himself, he has not gone into the corner of the Republic of Liberia to find out exactly what is happening with the population. Because if he did, he won't make that kind of statement. And this is the mistake that will haunt him if President Baka decided he's not going to seek re-election and he, Kavon, want to come in and challenge the vice president. This is the mistake that will haunt him. And I bet you he will not make that kind of mistake again. So the president making that statement is in the same realm when he said, when y'all steal, your mom, let my people benefit. It's in the same realm. So when he told the people, when the president told the people, anybody you want to steal the player, make sure let my people benefit. So these are comments you make.
What was he really saying that when they want to steal?
Because Mr. So
he made a comment in the past that they're going to take in whatever events to dance with the devil. And we all know the doing of a devil. Right?
Now you're coming back to the campaign more again. I'm going to answer.
But there seems to be, it's not a matter of campaign mode. There seems to be a pattern here. It's been very consistent for the most part since this whole thing.
What do you want? You want a consistent president or you want inconsistent president? You can't have it both ways. I'm just saying it to you, Mr. So. This president, on this leadership, on President Baka leadership, fairly and truthfully, they will succeed.
Obviously, I want the president to succeed. I want the country to succeed. It's not about the president.
Sooner or later, the rascal, his word, not my word, the rascal that are unable to produce will excuse himself. If they were smart, they will excuse themselves now.
No.
And President Baka is not going to let these people continue to
I have to bring Terry in this. I
drain
want to
us
bring
down.
Terry in here. Terry, do you agree with the Liberal that we have to excuse them? Now the president has established the identity of some of these rescuers. It seems not to reflect the true image of the rescue, based on the description, based on the narrative provided by the Liberal to progressive here. So that I take that seriously because he's an insider.
I say I don't know them, they don't know me. Why you want to say I'm an insider? Terry, go ahead.
I don't know them, they don't know me. What you want to tell me?
You know, you see, the guy is he kind of he really.
They don't know me. What you want to tell me?
I don't know. I don't know what the audience, but anyway, go ahead, Terry. I'm not going to go to
what Liberal is saying is that the president is quite aware of his surrounding as we speak. It's been 2 years. The president is a very smart man, and I understand the temperament that he has. He already knows what's up. He knows who is who. He knows who fooling him, and he knows who trying to do what is right for the country. But there are certain positions when you push on the checkerboard, you can't move that C from there. Because that one C that you push over there is holding 3 C's. If you know how to play checker, that one C you put over there is holding. The moment you move it, your opponent will defeat you.
Hey, go bump.
So that is what it is. Take for example, you Bama Kamara just left. You brought Gafwan. If you fire him now, seditions will be happy. They will be celebrating. You see, so you got to play smart. Like, take for example, Amin Moda just left from Kerma's ministry. The work the VP is doing, that what the Kerma's minister is supposed to be doing. But can the president now just come out and fire the Kerma's minister and say, look, you're not performing? When the president had just relieved.
He's more worrying what the opposition going to say in return than if he believes somebody is not conducting, removing him because the opposition is going to be a reaction, it's going to be a booster. Is that his worry?
It's not only about the opposition, Mr. So. It is administration. You got to there are certain key players in your administration. The presence of them on the team alone, it gave your government boost, it gave your government respect internationally and things. So even if they're making blunder and making mistake, you feel better to correct it behind the scene than to take an abrupt action on them that will make your government look like you are exposed your entire government to the opposition. And you in a political system. You're running a political system. You promise the people you're going to bring the best team. All of a sudden, the people that you start appointing, you just start firing them. It shows that you were not set, you were not ready. It makes you look weak. So I think the president is looking at it from an administrative position and also from a political standpoint, which if I were him, I would do likewise. But
so like you're not even worrying than what is before you. You're worrying about tomorrow that has not come. Yeah, because they are worrying about them being elected 2029 and all of that. You need to fix what is before you. But I think the Liberal wanted to come in here. We're going to be wrapping.
Before Liberal come in, I wanted to talk that the president, right now, if the senators don't want to address that school thing, Mr. So, they consolidated account.
Are they not aware?
They are aware, but I don't know why they can't just call a meeting and see how best they can take money from the consolidated account and solve the problem at the UL than to keep the woman, because the president will not be able to touch that consolidated account outside of the fixed budget amount unless it is legislature by the legislator. So they can do it if they want to. They can make it happen for the woman to for the UL to be operational.
Okay, Liberal.
Yeah, well, Mr. So, I think Terry quite on point, and I do agree with him. I don't want to stress this any more than what it's supposed to be. We just hope that these people would put Liberia first. But my whole thing, and this is the song that I've been singing here, and sometimes you come and beat me with it, beat me on the head with it, and that is the folks that are around the president who are responsible to carry out certain activities, certain mandate. They are unable to do so, and they are becoming a distraction. Their action is not becoming distraction, and people, and the bad thing is, we do not have the government is not even responding to to stay ahead of the issues. They're
Hmm.
always on the defense because
Definitely.
if the action is exposed and the government refuse, the government is not explaining, the other folks would take it and implement their own explanation to fit the narrative.
You
Now
know,
we have to come out now, and first of all, we have to be on the defense and then try to dissuade Liberians from not listening to them because we think they are not telling the truth. But we fail to start telling the truth from the beginning before these people, the rascal got all of that kinds of information. And this is what hurting us. But everything will be fine. This is Liberia.
Hmm.
what a false way of building hope into people. Everything will be fine. So you're more worried about people will critique your
I
what?
thought you wanted to have a conversation. Now you're gonna come out and interject. I mean, inject your own feelings into this nice conversation we're having by accusing me of building false hope. Do you know what you just stated? How can you prove that I am building false hope? How do you know that I am building false hope?
You're
Because
telling me, you're telling me it will be fine. It's
what's wrong with that?
relative.
What's
It,
wrong with that?
it's
If I
relative.
say if it's gonna be if
You have a, you have
I
you.
am a
Okay, hold on.
deacon. I am
You
a
asked me,
deacon. I am a deacon. I believe in a higher
deacon,
power. I believe in
deacon,
a higher power.
deacon
I believe in
where?
a higher power, and therefore I always say to myself and to anybody else that everything will be fine in Jesus' name.
You deacon?
Amen.
Thank you.
The deacon have spoken and prayed for the president.
I wonder why the compound complex problem that we have. There are people who are all helping to facilitate the kind of trouble that we are in. But hopefully, look, all we want a successful country. We want the president to take the lead because when Liberia is doing well, we all will be doing well. We all will be doing well. But there are some things that are happening, and the reason we are sounding so loud, we want to we want to overpass, we want to overshadow some of these extreme voices that just everything is okay, but deep down they are grieving, they are hurt, they are disappointed. We know that we have heard it for ourselves, but they do not have the courage. So they give this justification. I'm not going to undress my devil in the public. Well, the devil said we're going to dance. And if it is not dancing, if either
Uh,
the drummer or whoever doing the stuff, then you do what you're supposed to do. But overall,
you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet.
But so the last time we saw somebody dancing, it was our man. So
Exactly.
when they come to dancing,
oh
we
man,
know who can really dance. So
Well, you know, we know that. We know who, and we know who can dance. So,
oh man. All right, guys, it's a quick, fascinating conversation. Well, maybe I think there this one we're going to talk it off camera in our chat room. But I think it's a good conversation here. But liberal, honestly, here, You said something here that this president, I'm talking about the university president, is not being supported. So, judging all of this here, just before we wrap up, I'm wondering whether there was a lengthy conversations prior to the appointment, what are some sort of a really reasonable line of reassurance? Because before president appoints, they don't just, it is not done in isolation. And I hope they had this sort of conversation.
So,
But
so
again, fair to say, there are a lot of people that are responsible for all of these things. And those people you see, their personal homes and everything. So then it makes it difficult for some of us, the independent, the like-minded Liberians who really think for the future of the country. And then there are many reasons why the students are doing what they are doing. Should they vandalize things? No, but they are on purpose being disadvantaged. They are being denied because it's part of the strategies of these, it's a ploy by these politicians to keep certain generation, certain demographic, to keep them down. The more you suppress them, the more you deny them asset, the servant that becomes to you. It becomes beggar. So don't mind them giving a couple of $1,000. It's nothing for them. It's nothing. But what they try to do, they do not want to keep, they do not want to sustain the growth of the generation. So I hope this president administration is going to take the bottom to top, not top to bottom. So there are some things that needs to be handled carefully. You if you decide to build, I call it say 100 schools, 200 schools, each county, each district here, 5. What is the essence if you have those schools and you do not have the manpower, you do not have the resources to keep in check? When you still have hundreds of teachers, some are volunteering, that they have said it. When you do not have with battling drugs, when you do not have the people, so all you're doing, you are adding more insult to injury because these people are coming. They have their own agenda. They have to survive. They have to. So they have to sustain their family. So you're not going to get. You're not going to get what you want to get. That is it. Let's see. So when we're saying this thing here, we are not against. We are not anti to the government. No. But some of these voices are the voices from the other side of the world. Uh, it's just something.
But Mr. So Liberia is a political state wherein, and that I think is bad.
But yes, right. When pastors they are all being political. Those days, Bishop Brown, Market Bacala friends say they
how
used
do
to
you
go.
how
They
do
used
you
to
have
bury.
Bishop Warner become vice president? How do you think Bishop Warner become vice president? I rest my case.
You heard the information minister today lashing at Bishop Cotto. He said Bishop Cotto. He said the
You
man
see,
get one church for more than I know how many years. The
and to
man
be
church
honest, to be
then you
honest, to
call
be
yourself
honest,
bishop.
to be honest, that's one of the distasteful,
But
irresponsible attitude by these government officials. You know, Sano, is Jeremy Pierre, Jeremy, I mean, it's different from, so he is literally providing this tutorial for Sano Johnson to be very combative, be disrespectful to other government officials, and the thing is okay. And Joseph Boyka said that the thing is okay. It's throwing all sort of words at other government officials when you're supposed to be the fixer of the government by sharpening the message, by fixing government message. Even if somebody try to twist it, you should be the last person. But see how they're operating. So it makes us to wonder, what is the difference?
I think Bishop Conto even supported the rescue mission, and no matter what happened, There
And
are
that's
things when people say,
okay.
you
That's how
just
that's the consequence. The revolution can eat your own children too. So when you support it, if you don't follow the lead of the revolution, then the revolution will put you aside.
but you
Okay.
know, there's a saying that everybody say most of the time that time will tell. Power jug of cool kingdom equate to capsize. When you enjoying, you feel that nobody are equal. But when the times comes and the kingdom ready to capsize, every little thing, even the small bubble in the water, say it become your source of survival.
Let me just say this here, and I don't know about these days, but those days when we were growing up in Monrovia, when the bishops and the pastors and the Mother Duclid and those people, when they speak, many Liberians believe they were speaking the truth, and so people gravitate towards their talking point. Because who else would do? I mean, you come from Toton. When Bala then ready, the old man Bala, when he ready, he thought nobody say anything because they believe in him. So you come to Monrovia and you hear the pastors and bishops then on the radio Sunday morning, and when they're talking, nobody says nothing. Almost the entire town of Monrovia is pretty much quiet Sunday morning. And so they speak what is happening in this country. It's not something that we can condone. People listen to them.
Right.
And so, because of that, people believe in them. And so, when they criticize the government, they are not criticizing because of hate, because they're already preaching against hate. So, people believe that they are being truthful in that they're criticizing because something is truly wrong, not because they hate the person or hate the government. Nowadays, perhaps, maybe a little bit different, but those days when there's issue in the country, when the churches get together to make sure the issue is resolved, they come with sincerity.
Right.
You got president. We have been because Sunday morning preach them. So, Monday morning steal other people money. That's why you want to tell us for us to come and follow. Is that the kind of church you want us to follow?
Everybody come and put trouble down now.
Let
The
them bring it on.
conversation
Let
was
them
very
bring it on.
fun.
I'm not going to. I'm not going. That's not the church we're going to follow. He don't say nothing when everything's going on. He don't say nothing about Sunday morning. That he get on the pulpit and start preaching and start becoming a minister of information for his government. This is not the kind of church. And in fact, there's supposed to be a separation. President, we have brought the church and the government together. He's a bishop, or whatever he call himself. He's a president. So they come together, one in one. And this is what President Baka, is successful in separating. And now you have people of faith, truthfully,
Right.
criticizing the government. But these young people at the Minister of Information, they are unable to separate President We are his church from what President Baka has brought into to this space. And this is where they come in and becoming so rude. But they will find that out
From whom?
from the God himself. There's a touch, not my anointing. And these young children,
Why are you so?
Deliberate.
Why are you so combative this evening?
Mr. So, we're not here. We will not allow these people because they have access.
Who are the people? Why you continue to be divisive? These people.
I'm being truthful. The son of Johnson and the other people that are insulting.
That's son of Johnson. What his name? Daniel's son.
Daniel's son. Whatever his name is. People, you stand behind the podium of holding the Minister of Information, what you want to call, and then I gotta take the call. I gotta take the call, Mr. So please go ahead.
What they're calling you?
Yeah.
Is everything okay? Today Friday, Papa.
Wait a minute, the number not working.
Can't I say the number not working?
Number so tired. Really, y'all get number then you're full of headache. Number working. Wait, which number you calling? I hope you're not calling the old number. Okay, all right. We're gonna wrap up for the rest of the evening. But it was what you make of this here, Dr. Chinaway.
Yeah, today the
Comment.
CMC
Mhm.
the CMC put out a statement. But let me tell you something, Mr. So that why you see Stanton, that guy, that horrible man, he planned that thing. From the time that woman joined the CMC, that guy have not been to himself. He have not been pleased with it. So he have been that particular setup was a ploy, in my view, that he programmed, he instigated that confusion. He was the one who instigated it. He decided because he knew the woman already that the reason going to get upset, especially when you touch some
So,
areas in that and think. But
and that is
however,
concerning.
for
I'm not sure what our CNC, CMC, or whatever their statement. I have not read it, but I mean,
they
you are new.
condemning,
Like I said, yeah, the what?
they condemning
Condemn,
her.
condemnation is not anything. We have seen condemnation in the past. Here, people die, they condemn them, they don't come back, they don't restore
Because
their
of
life.
style.
But and and this is where the problem starts from.
Right.
She's supposed to know. She's supposed to know better. And that's the danger when Englishmen want to tell you should have known better. It's a big, big insult. You are chair of what to be maybe a major political party. You are educated woman. Your
Right.
profession speaks for itself, and that you are unable to contain yourself and sit down on a major network to say that kind of stuff to somebody because of their view. So because of that, they allow these things to get under their skin. Now, you at that stage, and that's why they copy from the politician, where they say, "I owe no apology."
That's the
So
thing.
they learn from their they
About,
learn from their leader. I owe no apology. I can say anything. They can disrespect anything. That's the difference with the Western politician. They always take responsibility. And the way their woman will stand by their side, say, I am sorry.
yes.
And that's the problem that we have with our Liberian society, not just only
No
with
matter how
politicians
bad.
in our community. Somebody do it here, they will say, oh, I will say, hey, my hair not fade nobody more, nobody here fade my mom. All
We got out of that thing long time. We don't behave like that anymore. We're clear that out of our system. Every one of us specialized.
my history recorder is so we always make reference to it.
Well, you can make reference, but that doesn't mean that's who we are anymore. People hating my mom and my hating people, but so we move on. So, but Mr.
That's
So,
they're not far is 593 now. They're different. I think
my man, the men that
I
want to talk to
rescue
him,
normally man
that
calling.
the men want to be on. The
I
men
think
been
that is
begging, the
Sorry.
men been begging.
I think that the new party you want be that
He begging me because he begging me to bring him on rescue train. And that's the problem when you hear Walter Cutter talk about say, "Oh, I got recording." That is recording. I
yeah.
know
So
there's no space for you.
For
Uh,
me,
I
Terry,
know
honestly,
no space for you.
Terry, for me personally, I reject CMC apology. Dr. Richardson,
wow.
she needs to muster the courage.
And
I mean,
comment
that's
apology.
how it's supposed to be. When
Definitely.
we do it
I mean,
wrong, we
this
must come
is
publicly and something. But I mean, you're a
Mr.
psychologist,
Mr. So,
right? So it's
Yes.
supposed to know when people doing. Can you give me a check? All
yeah,
of you
go
are the
ahead.
same people are talking about. You are one of those.
But you're
My
not
head
speaking
not
to me.
saying nobody more, nobody here not say. You say anything, you do anything. You're
No,
not apologize for anything.
Mr.
Yeah,
So,
you know, but seriously, liberal. I think it's good we talk about it
yeah,
because when we sit on this network, all right, when we do it wrong, other network has the right to talk about it. When I
yeah, but
come here, when I say something, when I say something, you say something, it doesn't. I'm not talking about position. Title is nothing. Functionality, functions is what matters because
what
it's the
this?
image of the institution.
Yeah, I'm not
So,
even going that
you
way.
know,
This is
okay,
what I
I know
think.
you because
This 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 is
you
this.
want to hold
I'm not.
on,
No,
hold
no,
on.
no.
Yeah,
You're not
because
gonna
that's your
put me.
son, that's your son. We
You're
talking.
not gonna put me into that. But this is what I think. This is what I think. These three ladies need to get together, iron their differences, and come on spoon as a united
Well,
front.
Aaron says it. No matter working on Mr. So.
So I don't know which number they are calling.
Why we get the people?
No man, I can't go now. So there are no more way. They need. I was going to call, but I don't like to call into their show. The thing here is, what's her name, Glendy? What's the other lady name? The one who having problem with Dr.
Richardson.
What's her name? What's the other?
The other lady.
Yeah,
Howard.
No, not Howard. Jackie, Glendy, and Dr. Richardson have to have a meeting.
What kind of meeting?
Among themselves.
About what?
What happened? Let them have the discussion, get it out of their system, come on spoon.
There were only 3 when it happens?
No, there's 2 of them. But
no, what I'm saying that it happened in isolation.
I'm not done yet. And you see, this is where you're doing. That's why we call you the LPR Donald Trump. You give me a chance here. That's why we call you LPR Donald Trump.
Esther, debunk Esther is challenging you on this one.
Exactly. I disagree with you. That one Dr. Richardson doesn't have to. Okay, but let me make my point. So, I stay out of that one.
That's what we do. That's what we call a right-minded people.
I beg you.
I
stay out of that
voices. You know,
you're gonna chocolate to that. I'm gonna stay out of that one. But the point here, look, these three ladies, when spoon was spoon, when they chocolate, Dr. Richardson stayed. They brought in Glendy. They brought in Jackie. They are 3 sisters. They need to have the meeting and they come as a united front and let Glendy speak for them. Let whatever they discuss in the background, let Glendy come and they will have to apologize to the Liberian people. That's good. But they must do it as united, with a united front. Don't one person come to apologize. They will have to work together. Because if they don't do so, they, as a lady on that platform, their position will be weakening. And I hate to see that. Because these are strong ladies. These are strong sisters. They need to hold together. They can disagree. And that's the conversation they need to have. We will agree to disagree. But we can only go so far. We will not insult each other because we're not on the same page. I agree. And after that conversation, Dr. Richardson he's a human being. He's a Liberian. She's a Liberian. She will be willing to have that conversation. And after that conversation, have Glendy to come out and face the gentlemen on the show who perhaps, you saw when the confusion was going, some of them were laughing, they bending their head like they're shaming. That's uncalled for. These people are expressing themselves only with anger, which is not necessary.
So,
okay?
Where the apology comes in. It's not just only as an analyst for the Spoon Network.
Mr. So, 1 minute, please. I have to go. I just got a phone call here, and I'm trying to take care of a few things. I have to go, and I will say thank you.
Tonight is Friday. Tonight is Friday. Don't burn the people to go take care of goat because tomorrow Saturday they not deliver your goat tonight. You have to go slaughter goat. This is an animal abuse. We will press charges against you. Good night.
Mr. So, lastly, folks, tune in tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock California time, 12 o'clock Eastern time. We will have to do a show. It's going to be a very interesting show. The show tomorrow is going to be about the overpass bridge that they're planning to build. Some information when you hear you will be shaking a little bit, but that's what we do. But I want to thank you, and that's what I'm trying to run after. I'm trying to get some documents in terms of pictures on Google Earth. On Google, try to get some pictures from some friends. Told me where to go to get some pictures. I think that's what I'm going to do. But I want to thank all of you, Mr. So. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Terry, Rescue 2, thank you. I don't know why Rescue 3 couldn't call in to make sure Mr. So is put in his place.
Rescue 3 is following.
Rescue 3 is probably?
No, he's following.
Oh, okay.
But you know that the CEO want to
Rescue. You're just You think you are the owner, you divide our country among yourselves, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. My Esther, good thing you are
I
not on
told you, I
spoon.
said, Esther
Good thing
and
you are not on
Dr.
spoon.
Richardson, the both of them need to be,
Good
yeah,
thing you are not,
the both
because
of
if
them
you're
can
on
have a
spoon, we're not
conversation.
even gonna have no peace.
She can
No,
fire back.
it seems like everybody also needs a
All
balance.
right, okay,
You know what?
guys.
The perspective I'm
Okay.
speaking from, she represents the institution. So,
Thank you.
but Liberia part, nothing happened. If Liberia said the only way you can be promoted, be some kind of grand
Terry,
person,
good night. Good
and
night,
you too
folks.
Yeah.
diplomatic. Yes, Liberal, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be monitoring. Liberia, when you be too diplomatic, yeah, you can see your way through, you know. Yeah, but Terry, thank you so much. What's your final
Yeah, man.
message for the weekend? What's the final message
Well,
for all?
we hope and pray for a good weekend for everybody and a happy weekend. But for Liberia, I hope and pray that things go well and the president is able to nip this thing in the bud, because this woman you brought in here to help you is an international. She believes in real time institutional, establishment. She's not the Liberian type of person that, oh yeah, I will get it one tomorrow. You don't give it. No, she will not be able to maintain, even though I was not,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah, I was
No,
not in agreement.
everything is run by system. If she doesn't have the resources,
She
it
will
will
not be
not
able to
happen.
work. And she's not a kind of person that will bury the information. No, they don't do it here. So you should understand that if you want this person to work effectively and bring the transformation you want, and that is, I believe that what you brought her there for, you have to give her the tools to work with. If you don't do it, she will expose you and she will leave. And when that happens, it's not good for you politically on the international scale and also on the national level. So I think you guys got to put your house in order. I know you can do it. And I think the president is going to address it. Thank you very much, Mr. Soul, for the time and to all
Terry,
our.
yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much for your commitment, your time, your energy, your expertise. It's not surprising. I started with a phone call. We reached out. You answer our 3 o'clock a.m. call, and you hear the only concerning thing now. The liberal has tried. He has indoctrinated you, but we're
No,
still, we're still hanging there. But thank you so much for. Thank you very much.
thank you. Have a good night.
Okay, that's how we're gonna have it this evening, folks. That does it. Want to thank you so much again. Let us know. I thank you for your comments. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. Maybe something not right. Keto and Aaron. So I'm gonna work on that. We want to say thank you so much for your time, your comments, your tweets, your interactions. Keep having these comments coming in, suggestions as to how we can enhance the capacity, the broadcast, the conversation, the talking points, whatever. Sometimes there are some things you want us to talk. You also at liberty to make these suggestions, and we can see how it can be incorporated to have this conversation. Not just on the politics, there are other social issues. There are a lot of issues also affecting the society, which is a liability on society, government, and its people. All of these issues must be addressed simultaneously. So we are looking forward to that. We want to thank you so much. Before I go, let me just bring this announcement here. There's going to be a big concert here this weekend, Sunday, live in Kansas. Minister Fatuman Eunice McCall and her team. They're going to be in concert live here in the Ocean State of Rhode Island. Concert to raise funds for Reuben's. Reuben goes to Liberia. Reuben is a son. He is a special need person, so she has devoted and she continues to devote her time in meeting the needs of people with special needs. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you want to learn support, that is great. She's a very good singer, gospel singer, very talented, very skillful, very, very, very powerful. I think her song, I didn't even put it up. Okay, but anyway, we will We're going to be there. LPR, we're going to be there to bring that live. As you know, we're also deeply involved in community initiatives. So this is part of it as well. Ruben goes to Liberia to meet his disabled friends, celebrate our past successes, have town hall meetings with members, the foundations and parents, guardians. They won national conference to bring awareness to the foundations in collaborations with other nonprofit organizations registered. The foundations in Liberia possess 5 acres of land to build our school and other amenities to improve the lives of our special need children. That's awesome. So I don't hesitate. Keep following us. Until then, I am Afonso Zienso. Thank you so much for sharing your evening, your time with us on this network. Until then, I will see you another time. Have a pleasant weekend. Drive safely. The life you save could be yours or that of a friend. If you have a business, you have a program, let us know to wherever you are. It doesn't matter. If we can make it, we'll let you know. We'll have a conversation and we'll come to showcase, to enhance the success story. That's what we do here on LPR. Have a pleasant evening. Bye bye.